Welcome back, YouTube fans. This is my review of the Figma number 356 Pokemon's Red figure. Now, this version of Red is from the second iteration of the game in the US. I think it may be the second, but it could be later in Japan, of Pokemon's original games, Fire Red and Leaf Green. The original games were sold as Red and Green in Japan, and later a third version, Blue, was released, and a fourth, Pikachu, the yellow version. But this version is from a later iteration. It's a re-release which had improved graphics, tightened up the game a bit. It's a really nice figure. I do like this one quite a lot. Now, it comes with Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle, of course, the original three starters. Unfortunately, the Good Smile shop would not ship this to the US with the bonus one that it came with. It was a version of these with Pikachu. So you can't get the Pikachu one in the United States. It only did it to the Asian countries that they serve. But it's a minor thing because, fortunately, these little figures are about the same size as the ones you'll see in most toy stores in both the US and Japan. For example, this is the Bulbasaur one you'll find with most figures, as you can see. And compared to this Bulbasaur, he is only slightly bigger. So it's a good alternate if you want some additional Pokemon for this figure. Those are pretty good. My personal favorite being Eevee and the various Eevee evolutions. I think those go swimmingly with him. But that aside, let's get to the actual figure. As you can see, Charmander is what you would expect. Fire tail, dynamic pose, pretty good. Bulbasaur, same thing, dynamic pose, meant to be, I think, more of an action pose. Squirtle's is a little more plain, but that works better for him since, as a turtle, he has a lot less range of movement. At least for this figure. He would, if he could actually move as, you know, static figures. Now, as for Red, extra joint for the hands, face of him screaming, and a large selection of different hands. Especially nice is that it comes with a Pokeball that can be put in and out of his hand. Would be nice if it came with some of the other Pokeballs, but you know, limitations. It's a good figure. As you can see, his hat comes off, but no hair underneath. Now, another nice thing is this backpack can come off, as you see. It is completely detachable, but to do so, you will have to remove at least one arm. So I'm not going to do it right here. But as you can see, full range of motion. Good flexibility. So you can get a lot of different poses out of this guy. Anyway, and the backpack has a little plug in the back. So I recommend this figure, especially if you're a fan of Pokemon. This is a good, solid figure. It's nice, it has lots of articulation, bunch of extra accessories, and you can use it with other figures like the standard Takara Tomy Pokemon figures that are sold both in Japan and in the US. So, if you have an inclination to get a red or just a protagonist figure from Pokemon, this one is really good. They are coming out with one from one of the later games, a female character who has the starters for the Sun and Moon games, I think it was. That one's going to be a little later this year, so I'll get to that one if I can. But either way, you recommend this one, especially if you're a longtime fan of Pokemon like me. Anyway, that'll wrap this up. But first, one last thing. Since I didn't unbox this one, I still have the box intact. You can see what's on the back here. As you can see, shows all the different stuff, which Pokemon, etc. Sides are pretty standard. Top's pretty boring. Same on the bottom. But anyway, leave a like, comment, and please subscribe below. It helps me out a lot. And thanks for watching. Ciao.